Hello students, welcome to my class Chemistry Gurukul, and today I am going to start the third chapter of your chemistry in class 10, that is metals and non-metals. Children, you might have studied about this topic in your earlier classes also, junior classes, especially during class 8. So I hope most of the contents must be known to you, but in this class you will study in elaborated form about their physical as well as chemical properties. So since this is the introductory part, so I will just introduce some of the things which has been already studied by you. So today we will just revise those points, okay, especially the general physical properties of metals and non-metals. Here in this video you will study about 10 points of differences between metals and non-metals, which are based on their physical properties. Now, what are physical properties and how can we differentiate on the basis of physical properties? Physical word means what seems to be, okay, means how it looks, how it appears. So on that basis we are going to differentiate metals and non-metals today. So first point is metals are generally solids at room temperature. This you have studied because these are the basic concepts you might be knowing. I have written with red pen here, these are the exceptions. So if you want to note it down, you can note it down in your notebooks. Mercury is an exception here. So mercury is a liquid at room temperature. However, non-metals may be solid, liquid or gases at room temperature. I have differentiated here on the basis of their physical state. In gaseous form, you could see hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, fluorine, chlorine, helium, neon and argon are in gaseous state. However, bromine exists in liquid state. Carbon, phosphorus, sulfur, iodine, they exist in solid state. Okay. Now coming to second point, that metals are lustrous and can be polished. You could have seen most of the metals when they are cutted, they seems to be lustrous, but what happens after certain time? If it is exposed to atmospheric conditions, there must be corrosion, and due to corrosion the lustrousness it fades away. Okay. Now next point related to this second point, in contradictory with the non-metals, non-metals are non-lustrous and cannot be polished. But one exception is there, children, that is graphite and iodine also. I will show you one example of graphite here. You might have seen, you are writing in your day-to-day life with this pencil. You could see the lead of the pencil is made up of graphite and it is somewhat lustrous. Similarly here I have kept salt which is iodized, and these iodized salts you could see some luster is there in it also, and this luster is due to the presence of iodine in it. So these two examples are there in our day-to-day life through which we can understand that graphite and iodine are non-metals, still they have luster. Third point is that metals are generally hard, but certain metals like lithium, sodium and potassium, they are soft in nature. Okay, means these are exceptions. In third point, non-metals are soft except diamond. Children, diamond is the hardest substance known on the earth, okay, and due to its hardness it is used for drilling during the petroleum product, means to find out the place where petroleum crude oil is present. So for drilling the rocks we need diamond there because it is the most hardest substance present on the earth. However, it is a non-metal. Now coming to the fourth point, metals are malleable. Do you know what is the meaning of malleability here? You might have studied in your previous classes. Malleability means it is that metals have characteristic to be beaten into thin sheets. Okay, one example I will show you by showing this aluminum foil. You could see this is beaten into thin sheets. Okay, I hope you have understood. Now However, non-metals are brittle in nature. They are not malleable. Fifth point, metals are ductile. What do you mean by ductile here? Ductility means that metals can be drawn into thin long wires. You could have seen it in your houses that electrical wires are there. They are very long, means one city is connected with the other cities due to this ductility characteristic or properties. Fifth is non-metals. In case of non-metal, they are not ductile. Okay. Now sixth point, metals are good conductors of heat except lead. Now in class 10, I usually used to tell students that whenever you are going through these physical properties, you have to keep your eyes on the exceptions, because general properties everybody is knowing, okay, you must be knowing also, but in exams most of the questions are being asked from the exceptions, so always keep your eyes on the exceptions here. Now in sixth point, we could see here, generally metals are good conductors of heat except lead. Now non-metals are poor conductors of heat, everybody knows, because they cannot conduct heat. Seventh point, metals are good conductors of electricity. Okay, however, non-metals are poor conductors of electricity. Children, as you have seen here in second point, that graphite has tendency to be lustrous. Similarly, here also graphite is a good conductor of electricity. Means through this lead, pencil lead, if you will remove all the wooden part of this pencil, you can make a, you can say, battery, or you can transfer electricity through this lead also. This is the graphite, and through graphite electricity easily passes. So this is a good conductor of electricity. Next is, metals have high densities. Generally you might have seen that most of the heavy vehicles, they are made up of for transportation, and their metals are used. Even the towers, big you can say in the industries, they are based on these. Due to this property, metals are used for the manufacture of such towers or heavy vehicles. Eighth point is, non-metals have low densities. Generally non-metals have low densities. Ninth is, metals have high melting and boiling points except sodium and potassium. Children, as you have seen here that sodium and potassium are soft in nature, so their boiling and melting point is also low. So this is an exception here in ninth point. However, non-metals have generally low melting point and boiling point, again except graphite, because graphite is having electrical conductivity, so its melting and boiling point is also high. Now last point is, metals are strong and have high tensile strength, as well as they are sonorous. However, generally non-metals are not sonorous. What do you mean by sonorous here? Sonorous means it produces sound. Okay, whenever you beat certain metal, especially you could have heard in your school whenever bells are pressed, so they are made up of metals, they create sound. Okay, so sonoricity means the ability to produce sound. So this is it, children, and in this video you have studied only about physical properties. I will come up with chemical properties in my next video. So thanks for watching.